been creative and I've always been very artistic. But and you'll probably understand this, Alessia, I'm from a very old school, a lot of Italian tradition, very old school. So I was sort of pushed into going into business as a degree, even though it wasn't really for me, and actually was quite good at it. And that then progressed into a consultancy role. But then when I became a parent with my oldest son, Leo, I found the two incredibly difficult to fit together. The industry I was in was entirely male dominated. You got senior management was only male. The boards were entirely, you got to senior management and it was just men, and more men, and there was no women. And there was very few women at my level, and the women that there weren't entirely supportive either. And I just couldn't combine the nights away you were expected to do with being a mum. It was just impossible. And at the time, it was like a business role for like the Change for Life campaign, which was about nutrition and food. But then the Change for Life campaign ended because it was a Labour government initiative and went into a Conservative. But through that work, put me in contact with a small business called New Habits, which did a lot of soft skills business training and team building and consultancy. And the owner of that basically saw something in me and offered me a position within his company. As a small business, it would be a struggle for him to maintain the maternity that I was allowed. And we were just on the beach, and Leo were collecting sea glass, and Leo had actually said, oh, you could make some jewellery out of this, Mum. I started bringing the old, jewellery making skills out and thought, well, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. I've got nothing to lose, really. And then it just sort of grew exponentially from there. And I didn't foresee it growing so quickly, so fast. So we've got a double garage, and I decided the best thing to do was to try and convert the back end of the garage into a studio. My dad was in Sheffield, and he'd drawn up plans, so I knew exactly what I wanted. This is one of mine. So what I would generally do is I'd pick up the sea glass from the beach. So they're two lovely pieces there. It's one of my earlier pieces. And just the shape of it would determine what I do with it. So with that one, I've got this really nice, like, steel grey one at the bottom, and then that nice turquoise one. And then I'm hopefully in March going to launch SeaStone jewellery, which will be a higher product offering. That means that I can expand the business and offer a higher range jewellery item. But I would never go back to being employment in the private sector. No, why when you can work for yourself and be your own boss? And I think I would struggle to take orders from somebody else again.